As van lifers, one of the biggest benefits or opportunities for beauty is the freedom of location. I'll share the tricks we use to get ready for transit at the end of this video. But first, here's a look at how we pack up our RV to hit the road. Okay, Google, on the road again.
Gas off. Mirror, plate, and glass vases stored. Projector put somewhere safe. Exhaust covered. Shoreline disconnected. Power off. Fridge on 12 volts. Vents and windows closed. Front door and garage door locked. Nothing left under the van.
RV life provides so much freedom. For example, we recently got to visit some of our friends, Danny and Katie, at their off-grid homestead here in Spain. So we drove a couple hours south and parked up under their olive groves for a few nights. We helped with some projects like building a road and trimming back some trees. They actually shared their journey here on YouTube too, so I'll drop the link below if you want to see what that visit was like. They put us to work. So their goals are also very similar to ours in that they're hoping to be mortgage-free and that they want to have a smaller footprint on the earth. Whether your goals are similar to ours, or you want to travel as a digital nomad, have a family sabbatical, van life is a really affordable way to carve out your own path and live life to the fullest, whatever that definition looks like for you. Have you sensed a catch coming? Look, everything I've said holds true. Van life is realistic. Emphasis on real. Like any lifestyle you choose, there's going to be everyday realities that are a part of the package, and I like to share an honest look at what those are here on my channel. Having our tiny house on wheels lets us move around frequently. Matter of fact, we've only stayed in the same place max 3 weeks. But every time we move, it's a bit of a to-do. We probably could have gone with something smaller like a small Sprinter or a stealth van, but this was the right choice for our family. If you're curious why we went with an RV over maybe a van, drop a comment below, that way I know to add it to a future video. After about 6 months of packing and unpacking the RV, we've gotten it down to a science. So I promised you some tips and tricks at the end. Here are the things that we keep in mind for stress-free travel and preparing for transit. First things first is divide and conquer. What we've decided to do is assign internal and external duties. So I tend to get the inside of the RV prepped and ready to go, as Chris gets the outside ready. This way it just becomes habit and we can have our own routines. And when you do it over and over again, you're less likely to make mistakes. The one time we switched it up, I ended up leaving the shoreline at the previous campground. It took us 2 weeks before we could get back over the border to get it. Another thing that's been super helpful is make a list, but make it fun. So every time we start getting ready, we'll sing "On the Road Again." We've even trained Google to shout directions at us using that jingle. And she's not the only one, but I'll show you at the end who else. A third thing that's pretty obvious but actually took us the most time is finding a designated space for everything. Sometimes this requires collapsible storage that we can then put away while we're actually stationary, but we've even reorganized cabinets to make sure that there's a designated space for things while we're in transit. Last but not least is do and review. Every time is going to be a little bit different because we're moving so frequently. So it's really easy to make mistakes or miss something. So last thing you do before you leave is just make sure you have a quick review of the area. A last check is super helpful so you don't have to end up backtracking. Take it from us. And there you have it. We are ready for the next adventure. Thank you so much for popping by, guys. I really do hope that these are helpful. It is not easy putting them out into the world, so it'd be really motivating to hear from you. And let me know if there's anything about van life or this alternative kind of lifestyle that you'd be curious to hear more about and get a little honest peek behind the scenes. Until next time, stay safe. On the